Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Your resident Ned Spodos coming at you, Darth Despondos, ready to give you some more philosophy into the world as I see it. Welcome back to the Despondos Philosophy channel. As I've been doing some chores around the house, I was thinking about one thing. I was thinking about, I've been watching some YouTube videos on the video game industry. I've been watching stuff about the crash of 1983, the video game crash of 1983, and watched a very extensive video history documentary on it. I'll post a link here. And one of the things that I realized was that a lot of times, like these corporations that come in, that are out there, and really large corporations such as Enron, Walmart, a lot of the other, financial institutions and what have you, and banks, and the statement that they kept saying, that kept coming out was, oh, we're too big to fail. Okay, now, really, basically. And whatever industry that you're in, if you're a pivotal corporation in that industry, and it's a very successful industry, then yes, you can kind of go along with that. Even in the best circumstances, though, there's always a chance you could fail. I mean, if a meteor hit the Earth, disaster strikes, the Earth blows up. Well, of course you fail then, okay. But yeah, nothing is absolute, I get that, but ultimately, yeah, I mean, you could be a type of a business that you're too big to fail. However, what made these companies fail was the fact that they did not keep the hardcore values of what makes their industry run, what makes them big. If you take away the elements that makes you big, then by default you will fail. So basically, it's not that they failed; they deflated in size. What happens is, say a major food corporation, say General Foods, okay. And let's say that those conglomerates, let's say they started ignoring quality control because they got lazy, okay? And thousands of people died of food poisoning. They failed. And the coal corporation, the conglomerate, shut down. That's why they failed. You can be too big to fail if you don't ignore your core values. If you keep your business going and you keep everything running the way it's supposed to, then you'll be fine. You can be too big to fail, as long as you keep going. It's not, and maybe that's exactly what a lot of people mean by that you're too. But maybe that's what it is. It's like a really gigantic fat man who can't reach all the crevices of the area of his body to keep it clean. Maybe that's what that means. It's just like the character from Monty Python, the really gigantic big guy. Forget the name of the movie. I've never even seen it, and I shame on me because I've seen a ton of the other movies. The Meaning of Life. The Meaning of Life. And I think it was Terry Jones who played the really big fat guy. The guy that explodes after they put a thin little chocolate mint on his tongue. So maybe that part is fine. Maybe that analysis that you're too big to fail. Well, yeah, or the person gets too big and the size can't carry its weight anymore. Maybe that's also what it means. Boy, I came into this video going to try to sell this idea of too big to fail, and here I ended up proving myself wrong 2 times over. But that's what this is all about. I learn as I go. Philosophy is not bound by certain rules, only after those rules have been tested and we're open to other things happening around us. So, however, I will go back to my original point that now if you could find a way to keep all those crevices cleaned and keep everything going, then it is a big factor. But I guess size is relative, because a person who's too big to fail, well, that's not true, because I think it's when you have one proportion of one aspect of the unit, if it's grossly oversized compared to the rest of it, then yeah, because because the size of that gentleman in The Meaning of Life was on the brink of death, yet he probably wasn't even as big as, say, a large elephant. But a large elephant is what it is. It's because the rest of it is big in proportion to its size. It's balanced. You can have large size, you just have to have the balance. So, if you have problems within your corporation, you just have to balance it with the people and the employees to keep it organized. You can have size as long as you don't let that size get away from you, regardless of its actual size. It could be small. You could have a small business, but if nobody's doing anything, it's not going anywhere, it's going to fail. So, in a lot of different ways, I'm correct. In a lot of different ways, I'm wrong. But I'm exploring all these in this video. So, something to think about. If you wish to comment, please subscribe. Please like. Check out my other channels, Ned Spodos, and my other channel. I forget the name of my other channel. Well, yeah, you'll see it on the bottom. I don't link up to it as much. Maybe I will eventually. Talk to you later.